Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cunning Buffoons. My name's Java.
I'm Andrew. You pretend like they listen to us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then now you introduce
My
yourself.
name's Josh, and what'd you say? What'd you say this is?
Cunning Buffoons.
Cunning Buffoons.
Yeah, it's their job to figure out whether we're really cunning or we're just a bunch of buffoons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We're the people that are so stupid we get stuff right all the time.
Got it. So who come up with that?
Me.
It was you.
Yeah, he did most of everything.
I did everything. They said they were willing to do it and like to hang out with my son and his friend every Friday night. Like we've been doing it this is the 53rd episode.
Wow.
So like
Wait, what do we start in March? May?
February.
February?
There are 52 weeks in a year, son.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about all that. That's a lot
Yeah.
of things.
So this is like
You remember Buffoons? Yeah, I'm that part.
I guess we could consider it like the second season, but I'm just going to do episodic and keep going. I don't feel like doing
There's 365 days in a year.
Uh-huh.
I knew that.
There's actually like 365 and a quarter day in a year, but we won't talk about that stupid quarter day. What was it? Look up the Roman calendar for me real quick. I think the Roman calendar had 13 equal months, and then they had just like 5 random-ass extra days or something stupid. There was somebody's calendar that I was looking at the other day, like I was watching a podcast thing, or what's it? That thing that you go online, you look up the videos.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, and they were talking about the calendar, and then they were just talking about these random days, and I'm like, "What? You put them in the calendar somewhere. Figure it out. You can't just willy-nilly throw stuff around, man.
Are we being taught the wrong stuff?
All the time." What is your views on the age of the Earth?
Oh, wow. You know, sometimes I don't think about it.
Dive right in there.
Yeah, Let's just go off the deep end real quick. Like, okay, Genesis 1.
Yes.
Everybody's like, they makes man, and then man gets kicked out of the garden, and then Cain and Abel fight, and then Cain kills Abel,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And then he runs off.
Yeah.
But the first thing he says, this is the first two MFers born. He says, if you do that to me, whoever I run up out is going to kill me. Who are all these people?
Right.
Now, if you read Genesis 1 and the creation account, when you get to man, it says on the 7th or 6th day, right?
6 day.
Yeah,
Sixth.
6th day. It says he created them, male and female, he created them after everything else. And then I'll actually pull it up and read it that way. Like, people aren't like, you're misquoting. It's going to be like, because I'm ad-libbing, okay?
What-
What's
Exactly.
Gary's name? Just
Gary
go
Wayne.
ahead and say it.
He's one of the best, like, to get you started down this rabbit hole, but, like,
So what about the whole things about the dinosaurs?
they were there the whole time. They were alive in the 15 and 1600s. There's inscriptions on tombs in France and Rome. I don't know if Germany's one of them or not, but I'm pretty sure France and Rome. But there's inscriptions on tombs of showing exactly what certain dinosaurs look like, but we didn't discover them until the 1940s. So how did a tomb in the 1600s have a perfect depiction? How are there hieroglyphs that show a long neck perfectly,
Right.
showed him strapped to stuff, pulling stuff, but yet they don't show that type stuff at all,
Right.
But anyways, let's see. The 7th day, God rest, right? Okay, so Genesis is written in, like, literal narrative. So, like, the very beginning of Genesis, most Genesis, is historical narrative, which means this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, then this happened, right?
Yes.
So he makes male and female. Genesis 1 ends. He's already rested, or the 7th day he rests is the beginning of Genesis 2. Then it goes on to another narrative, right? These are the generations of the heavens and the earth. And it keeps going on and on and on and on. I missed it. I can't see. I'm blind.
I am too.
All right. This is Genesis 2:5. When no bush of the field was yet in the land, and no small plant of the field had yet sprung up, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the land, there was no man to work the ground, and a mist was going up from the ground, and was watering the whole face of the ground. Then the Lord God formed the man of the dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living creature. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden, in the east, and then he put the man whom he had formed out of the ground. The Lord God made him to spring up every tree, plant. Okay, he made the man, put him in the garden, he starts making everything for him. This is not creation.
In Andrew's humble opinion.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, pull it up. But think about it. Okay, you got while you're looking it up, you got the Babylonians, you got the Norse, Greek, plethora of tribes all throughout Africa, Aborigines, South America. You got tribes all over the world that have a flood account, right? But their generations of kings and peoples go much, much, much further back than what it would consider if you go from Adam's line to the flood, right?
Okay.
So, like the Babylonian kings have hundreds of thousands of years. And then some of the other ones is 10s, 20, 30, 40,000 years. They dug up Göbekli Tepe a while back, which is, it's got all these stones and stuff, and everything's carved nice, showing all the depictions of what the planets look like, the stars. And if you put that in and you run it back to when the stars look like that, it's 12,000 years ago.
Yes.
But then they intentionally buried it, and there's obviously a giant catastrophe in the earth around 12,000 years ago. Could that have been the flood? I think it could have, but also at the same time, we've got proof, like too much physical evidence in front of your face to say the earth is only 7-something thousand years old.
Right, and that's the number I was going to say was I've heard anywhere from 2,000 to 6,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the earth is.
Now, one of the main reasons that, like I've read the Genesis 6 conspiracy years ago. That was the Gary Wayne's, I think it was his original book. He's got the follow-up and stuff like that. And they talk about this, and you talk about all the different cultures that have an account of history. The flood is in all of them. But then the account of history goes back much further than the flood. As far as the flood and then, the timeline of Adam would have had to been huge. He'd have had to live 10, 20, 30,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it change theology? It doesn't. It actually backs up theology.
Right.
Because think about it. In my opinion, Jesus is, well, not in my opinion, in the Bible, Jesus is compared to, he's said the second Adam. Well, Jesus was a savior designed to correct and have mankind's salvation.
Mm.
Now, if you read the creation account, the original creation account, it goes in, he makes man last. He makes them male and female. He creates them all.
Yes.
Then later, okay, he's rested, and now all of a sudden he's making this other man, he's putting him in a garden, he's making everything for him, and then he's also making him a brand new woman.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make them together.
Right.
It's completely different than the creation account. The
That
Bible
is
doesn't
the
contradict.
Genesis 6 conspiracy.
No, well, the Genesis 6 conspiracy is the fact that it says
That's a little
the
more
angels
about
left and bred with the people.
giants and
Right. But everybody says that's, blah, they try to throw that out the window. Every other culture in history has legends of the gods breeding with women. That's where you get all your Norse legends. All them legends are true. Mm-hmm. All legend is based on some fact. Every culture has legends of giants. The offspring of the angels and women were giants.
Right.
You go up to the 15, 16, 1700s. The last of, you might have to go back a little further than that on some of this. But like all of the legends of dragons, what's the most of the legends of the dragons about? Some
the last one.
Some knight hunting the last one. They were alive. They didn't go extinct. We killed the bastards because they were giant lizards. All the Chinese lore and legends, like if you start studying their dragons, they're not, most of them aren't big, huge dragons. They're little hordes of dragons, like tiny little flying lizards that just come around and eat everything. Little jerks, So that's the thing. All of this stuff, like if you start lining up, if you take, because everybody takes the mistake of going, okay, we're going to take the Bible, because this is the scriptures. What scriptures were they reading in the New Testament? It wasn't any of those. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, these books, a lot of them, they line up. I like the New Testament. I think it fits. But if you take the Old Testament, the scriptures,
Without
they were reading.
The New Testament, there's no Jesus. The New Testament is very important.
No, but what I'm saying is this, like I have people say like the Bible is, God made the Bible. No, he didn't. The scriptures were written. The prophets were sent. Even Paul was told to write his letter to the churches. The only part of the books that God specifically said you have to follow these was the Jewish text. That's all the Old Testament. which actually includes quite a bit more than what we put in it. So the scriptures they were reading, like Enoch is cast out. Now there's Enoch 1 and 2, and I think the last half of 2 and Enoch 3 or whatever it's called are obviously not written by the same person.
Yes.
So they're different. But like the first one lines up, the Ethiopian Bible still reads it. A lot of Catholicism still, reads the Apocrypha, which, Enoch's in there. I think first 1 and 2 Enoch. But like if you take secular history, all these legends of gods breeding with women, and you got the demigods, and you've got all this stuff going on. You got fairies.
Yeah.
You've got elves. What else is there? There's wolf creatures. There's different types of creatures that if you actually go back and read the descriptions of them, and you come back and you start reading the descriptions of the aliens we have now, the Greys, the lizard people, it's identical descriptions.
Mm.
So we don't have aliens. We got angels and demons like interacting with people, trying to piss them off. Balaam, donkey turned around and was like, "What you doing, bro?" He didn't go, "You ain't supposed to talk." He said, "Listen here, fool. Eve's in the garden. Snake walks up and says, 'Hey, girl, this apple's pretty good.' Eve didn't go, 'Animals are not supposed to talk.'"
Mm-hmm.
You think right now anybody on this planet, an animal walks up and starts talking to them other than a parrot. Like your dog turns to you and says, "Listen, I'm about tired of you feeding me this crap." You're not going to
Buy the
go.
more expensive food.
You're not going to look at that animal and go, "Listen here, I got to buy that food for you because I can't afford better." You're going to go, "You're not supposed to be talking."
Right.
But then they didn't. Like, there's a lot that if you start lining things up and looking at everything, because everybody says, "I got to look at it from here and I got to look at it from here. This is my only two options. I cannot look across the aisle."
Right.
But if you take both of them and you go, and you just start looking back at it as a big picture, like, wait a minute, they all line up. Secular history is history through the angel's eyes, the fallen angel's eyes. We stole the knowledge from the gods. We gave it to the people. We fought against the evil head gods. That's all of your mythologies, Odin including. Like, he beat the head guy. I can't remember who the original guy was. But then the Bible is it through God's eyes. The stories parallel. They're just the exact opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I talk to people about it, and a lot of people get confused, but a lot of people just get mad. And they're like, "You can't say that." Why not?
It's kind of like a topic. So we had a topic today in the office because two of the guys that I work with have divorced. Okay. So one of the gentlemen asked me, he goes, "Well, if divorce is bad, then how come some of these in the Old Testament especially, they had like 2 and 3 wives?"
Because they had them all together.
I was like, and I said, but then you think about this. I said, think about like Samson with concubines and stuff. I said he had lots of them. So I said,
Oh, you talking about Solomon?
Solomon. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
Solomon. I'm sorry. I said,
I was
think
thinking
about it.
Samson just had that one hoe, and she done messed his life up.
But
No,
you-
he had a couple.
But you, I mean, you think about it. I mean, that's very thought provoking to me because you're sitting there going, okay, God hates divorce, but yet how come there was all these concubines and all these, extra ladies on the side?
What about the fact that most of the patriarchs throughout the Bible, the society changed away from that structure less than 300 years ago
Mm-hmm.
as a whole? Up until the end, the majority of the culture was still that way. The reason it's not done nowadays is I think a lot of it is culturally, as far as, women and men are both taught that it's wrong.
Right.
But there's a lot of instances to where I see people talk about it and they start getting ill. Like, me and my wife have discussed it much over the years, and like she gets ill with it because it's like, I don't want you to have another woman.
That is correct.
But that's also how she's been taught.
Right.
But the issue is the founding or the patriarchs. You start with Abram, and you go down the line. They all have multiple wives.
Mm-hmm.
And I have people say, well, that's wrong because God made them male and female. He did make them male and female, but then he made these rules.
Yeah, but he only made Adam, Eve.
The rest of them he made all together, in my opinion. But then even if you go beyond that, let's say, the Old Testament, the New Testament, it lays out rules, laws, and regulations for it. It doesn't condemn it. It
Right.
says, here's how you do it properly.
Right.
The same as when people, like, I was listening to something the other day, And the guy was like, because slavery obviously is against Christianity in the Bible. And I'm like, sorry, it's not. I hate when people do stuff like, because they're they don't read what they believe. They don't understand it.
Right.
If it lays out rules, laws, and regulations for it, it's not wrong. You just have to do it within God's confines. Sex is not wrong. You just have to do it within God's confines.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was the adultery thing too, because he was asking me, we were talking about it turned into adultery, and he was like, well, I'm not married, so I can. I said, no.
I got a free pass.
Yeah, no. I said, no.
That's called fornication,
Exactly,
stupid.
y'all. And I was like, no, that doesn't mean that God. Oh, you could just. I said, no. I said, it even says if you look upon a woman with lust in your heart, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, again, there's parameters, Andrew, like you were saying.
When was marriage consummated?
Consummation was when it was consummated. You're asking, when did marriage happen? What
Right.
was marriage?
Is marriage a certificate and vows? Or they met each other, she seen him, he took her in his tent, and he knew her, and they were married. So God's laws for marriage are, when you carnally know them, that's why the woman at the well, he says you've had 5 husbands, or 4 husbands, or something like that. She hasn't legally went and had a marriage ceremony for all these people.
I don't know, because then later he says, and the one you have now is not your husband.
The one you're having now is
Yeah.
the way that should read, which means the
okay.
one you're shacking up
Shacking
with.
up with and they're living with. Okay.
So she has a legal husband, but she's had this many men, and that's the way I think
Okay.
it should read.
Okay.
Is
I
because
see
what
that.
he's saying is like that you're consummated. I've got friends of mine that have never legally married, and like there's people fussing at them, and one of them told me, he's like, I think they should quit fussing at me. I said, why? He said, well, me and my woman, when we were dating, this particular one, I think they were living in the car together at the time because they didn't have a house. And he's like, we talked to each other. We agreed that we wanted to be married. We prayed and we had sex. And I'm like, that's marriage.
Yeah. There's just not a certificate.
There wasn't a priest out in the field when, was it Joseph or Jacob? Isaac. It was one of them, but like the woman come to him in the field. There was no priest out in the field when she met her husband. They were like, oh, wait, we got to say our vows. God's the one you're getting married before. God made sex what marriage was for procreation.
Forget. Right. Yeah.
So, Malachi, what's up? Way in here.
I'm just listening.
He's doing the Dylan tonight for us.
Yeah.
Got them waiters
I'm
on,
trying to
don't you,
keep
buddy?
up. Yeah.
Got them waiters on.
But that's the thing that kills me about a lot of what Christianity and stuff has become, is it's become this big push to figure out, how do you isolate yourself? How do you make sure you're different from everybody else? How do you figure out all the little rules, laws, and regulations you got? It's like, no. And a lot of times people are taught in their denominations that if you don't believe the way this denomination does, you're believing wrong.
Right. Yes.
When a lot of the denominations really twist the fact. Malachi, what do you got to do to be saved?
Oh, believe with your heart and confess with your tongue.
And you will be saved.
Right. Yeah.
So if you do that, truly, you're saved. Now, what does the Bible tell you you cannot do?
Blaspheme the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Witchcraft,
Which, yeah.
homosexuality. I'd have to look up more.
And okay, so you hit on that one. So isn't it? Have y'all seen lately how people are saying that homosexuality is not even mentioned in the scripture? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that. Yeah.
what? Okay, I could be wrong, y'all.
Well, the word homosexuality is not in the
yes.
scripture, but when
The
it
word,
says
yes,
to lay with a man
carnally.
carnally as a man,
yes,
if you're a man and you lay with another man carnally,
yes. But see, they're taking it's it's funny to me how all of a sudden everybody's starting to, turn forward, toward the scripture about, well, you've, as we were talking earlier, me and Malachi, about the ice agents. Okay. Now they've went into saying, well, if you support these guys, there's no way that you can be Christian because, and I'm like, okay. So when people tell me, or you read, that you should not be doing that, and they should not be conducting business like that or whatever they're doing. So my question is, when it says that the very law, the foundation of government and law was laid upon the shoulders of Jesus, is that what it says? I mean, is that it was put on his shoulders, right? The government?
Well, I mean, you could go simpler than that. God said, obey the laws of the land.
Okay.
Unless they go against
Yes.
my law.
Yes.
If you were a foreigner in Israel, what were you supposed to do? A foreigner could come into Israel, but they had to act like they were supposed to act.
Right. It's called assimilation.
Yeah. We're a melting pot,
Yes.
which means you become part of what's in the pot.
Exactly.
You don't bring your own crap. You bring your own spice, but you don't change the base of what the soup is made out of.
Exactly. Yes.
I was just going to throw in, I looked it up, and it's and the government shall be upon his shoulders is a famous prophetic line from Isaiah 9:6 in the Bible, referring to the coming Messiah, who will bear the ultimate authority, responsibility, and burden of ruling God's people with perfect justice and peace, establishing his eternal kingdom.
So that's going to be like when he comes back. It's like, y'all quit being stupid. That's, there's so many people that are like, I hope we're not here for this and that and the other. But you know how cool a meteor shower is? Now imagine a third of the stars not just falling like a falling star, like actually hitting the earth.
Right.
You know where you're going when you die. If one lands anywhere near you, it's not going to be painful. But it's going to be the greatest meteor shower in history.
Kind of like a hailstone. They were talking about the hailstones,
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to weigh, what, like 100 pounds apiece? So if one hits you weighing 100 pounds, you'll never know it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You will never know it.
You'll be like, this is so cool, Jesus.
It's
Wait,
over.
bro.
It's done. It's done.
It's one of
over.
those, hey, y'all, watch this.
Yes.
Jesus, where'd you come from?
Yes. So I mean, you're not going to know. I mean, there in the size of a star, like you said, if a star falls and hits you, you'll never know it.
Well, I mean, even a meteorite big enough to make it to the Earth at like any size other than bigger than golf ball does damage.
Yeah, it's good, very
What
much.
was that? How much land did that one destroy in Russia? It blew up, like they finally figured out what it was, and geological patterns and all the records, it shows, yes, this is probably what it was. But like they're saying one come over and like it exploded in midair.
2013, does that sound right?
I don't know. It may be older than that. Go ahead.
Well,
I mean-
I'm trying to know what to look up.
Click it. Click it, girl. Come on.
On February 15, 2013, a 20-meter near-Earth asteroid exploded over, I can't say that word, Russia, creating a massive, not because I can't say it, just I don't know how to pronounce it.
Go.
Chelyabinsk?
Mm.
No,
Chelyabinsk.
Binsk. No, why? I just threw that in there. I don't know why. Russia creating a massive airburst with the energy of 440 to 500 kilotons of TNT.
Oh Lord, now you got to look up kilotons. Good night. That sounds bad.
That's
Said
that.
it injured over 1,500 people, mostly from broken glass, and damaged 7,200 buildings. It was the largest natural object to enter the atmosphere since 1908.
And there's one before that, I think, that is somewhere over there that all the trees are bowling. But that's an airburst. That's not even one. That's 60 meters, or 20 meters, which is 60 something feet. And it superheated and exploded above the ground, and did that.
7,200 buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
And the people that injured is mostly from shattered glass. So it just blew the glass out of 7,200 buildings.
Oh, good night.
Blew over trees. Oh, sweet. We got YouTube.
Wow.
Hey, share your screen over. Look, there it is.
That's it. I don't know what's going on here now. Oh, that's the broken glass.
Yeah. No, dude, it blew the glass plumb into the back of the room.
I think say it looked like it sent it back into where it's kind of like sand.
More powerful than a nuclear bomb.
Wow. Good night. Look at that.
Look, there it goes.
That is crazy.
And that's 60-something foot blowing up in the air. And that's one. So can you imagine a third of the angels or a third of the stars?
Ooh, wow. That's crazy.
It'd be incredible to watch.
It's
You wouldn't be able to watch it for long if you was in the wrong spot, but it'd be incredible to watch.
Wonder what all that glass, that shard glass, would do to the human body.
Can you imagine if you lean up against one of those and it would just send it all through you. That's like you think about it. It says that Jesus could have called like what was it? So many legions of angels.
10,000 legions, wasn't it?
Yeah, look up how many people 10,000 is. 10,000 legions is how many people. This always blows my mind to actually think about this.
Yeah. We were talking
Because-
about David and Goliath today too, so we were all over the place today.
That's how it usually is.
Yeah.
We all, if you're
Well,
listening to the episode, we
it
are
says could
anticipating.
have called 12 legions.
12 legions.
How many is a legion? A legion says it's 4,500 to 6,000.
Okay,
Okay.
so we'll go on the lower end. Okay, it said he could have called what
12 legions.
times 12. Now that's 54,000 angels. Remember what 2 did to Sodom and
I
Gomorrah?
was fixing to say.
How many did it kill in one night when the one come down on that army?
Gosh.
Because a lot of people think about that, and they're thinking about Jesus calling these 12 legions, right?
Yes.
For him to come rescue him. No, if he called those 12 legions, that is an extinction level event. That
Absolutely,
is,
yes.
I am smoking these people. I am tired of them. I'm not paying their debts.
Nobody's left standing but us.
Exactly. And like you don't, they're basically saying this being that people don't realize, like they put him as a man. Yes, he was fully human, but this is the
According to
creator
the
of the
Bible,
universe.
One angel, referred to as the angel of the Lord, killed 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in a single night to defend Jerusalem.
And that's
And that's recorded in 2 Kings 19:35.
and that's before he took a break.
Mm-hmm. So pull up your calculator.
Wow.
54,000 times 145,000.
That's got to be the whole entire world population.
Especially at that time. So, like what it was saying was, this is a being that is willingly sacrificing himself for you that could literally speak a word and wipe our planet from existence.
That's it.
54,000 times 145. Is that what you said? It was 185.
Yeah.
Killed in a single night.
185,000.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, hang on, 100,000, million, billion, 9,990,000.
That's more than the population of the earth today.
Today.
So that verse is not saying he could have called him to rescue him. That verse is saying he chose to sacrifice his life instead of destroying every single one of yours, because that's how much he cared.
Wow. It's pretty powerful when you think of it like that. I mean, it's all powerful, but yeah.
Right, but yes, it puts it into context.
Yeah.
It gets more powerful when you realize it's not a... Jesus did not have a choice. He done the Father's will, but him and the Father are the same.
Yeah.
He didn't just come down. I didn't just say, hey, Malachi, it's not this relationship. You got to go die for them. And he knows he's going to do it, because if not, I'm going to kill him, right? No. This is me and Malachi literally being the same person.
Yes.
People not knowing that we're just one person. We just dress up different every day. And me willingly humbling myself and sacrificing myself so that I could pay a debt that you put against me in the first place.
Willingly.
Uh-huh.
Willingly.
And not just willingly. Not, I'm going to take him out.
Right.
Jesus didn't kneel down and get executed. He got the hell beat out of him.
Yes.
He got ridiculed. He got mocked. Then he got hung on a cross and tortured.
Yes.
What did he say during all that though? Forgive them
For they know not what they do.
Yeah.
And that is true. I've always thought of it, when of course when you see the carrying of the cross, his cross, that the very wood that he carried would be the very thing that he would be sacrificed upon.
Mm-hmm. That also parallels Isaac.
Yes.
Think about that. Because you got 2 boys.
Yes.
I got 1 son. But what's Isaac, 12, 13 at that time, somewhere in there? And he's like, here, tote this wood.
Grab this wood.
Have all this stuff ready. And you're just bebopping out there. You're with Jordan, okay?
Yes.
And you're bebopping out in the woods, and he's got his wood, and you're like, we're going to go make a sacrifice. And he's like, okay, Daddy, let's go.
Yes.
And then at 12 years old, he's going, he's not going to get there. They probably left some stuff out there.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. But
Yeah.
I guarantee you there was hey, Daddy,
Google said he was likely in his 20s to 30s.
oh, imagine you're
Okay.
I don't
taking,
know
wow.
how accurate that is.
Wow.
but think about it. You're
Still.
taking Jordan now,
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah, because he's 28.
and he's not going to fight you. So that means he had just as much faith as Abraham, in my opinion, to say, I'm going to go, Daddy's going to put me on this altar, and everything's going to be just fine. Because not only do I trust this God, my father has been a good enough example that I trust him as much as I do the God he serves.
And then when you get there, he looks around and goes, so what are we sacrificing? And you're kind of like, it's going to be you, buddy.
And he tied him up. And Josh, you're a stout dude. You've been a police officer or a patrol officer for how many years?
I've got, 16 years in now?
And so you've been training, you've worked out, you've been in many scuffles, I guarantee you. You sit around and your entire life has been around making sure you can defend yourself.
Right.
Right now, could you tie Jordan up?
At 51, I don't know. It'd be tough. 'Cause he's 28.
And he's also had that training
He's also
now.
had that
and-
training too
and
now.
Yeah.
So had all of Abraham's sons.
That's true.
True.
He
And
had
so had all of Abraham's men.
Yeah.
Abraham went and whipped the 5 kings that he went and got Lot back from. He took 300 of his trained men and took off and got these 5 kings. These 5 kings had just got done circling the world, kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah.
Not had they didn't just go, it wasn't just like, we're going to mess up this little village. No, they just messed up everybody. Nobody could stand against them. And Abraham's like, bro, bring back my nephew. Doesn't lose a single person and brings everything back.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And this is shortly, I can't remember if this is shortly before or shortly after. Abraham is told that his people are going to go to Egypt and they're going to suffer for 400 years. So that when he brings them out, his name will be great among the land, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he gets done rescuing Lot, he comes back, and the first thing that happens is the king of Salem and then the king of somebody else, the priest of Melchizedek, comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who all comes out, but I know Melchizedek is there, but I'm pretty sure the priest of Salem is there too. But they come out, and Melchizedek's the priest of the Most High God. Abraham gives homage to Melchizedek and the other kings aren't like, oh, we don't know who the Most High God is. Everybody, and this is so close to flood, that everybody knows who God is still.
Right.
400 years in the future, 500 years if you take the timeline, I think somewhere in there, people have forgotten. But also, think about this. Everybody's like, well, they had to have something to believe in. That's why they worshiped Moloch and Baal and all these. No. They're going through generations of people who literally see miracles and miraculous things and angels and stuff like that all the time. So if they're going to believe and follow another God, don't you think that God probably would have had to show up, manifest power for them?
You would think.
Like in Egypt.
Yeah.
Right? They did the first couples themselves. They threw their staffs down. They become snakes.
Yeah.
What
And-
I'm looking at here says Melchizedek, king of Salem.
Mm-hmm. And then Sodom's king come out too, didn't he?
I don't think so. Oh, wait. On down. Okay. I'm just going to read this. This is Genesis 14, verse 18. Or I'll start with 17. After Abram returned from defeating Chedorlaomer and the kings allied with him, the king of Sodom came out to meet him in the valley of Shavah. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of Most High God. And he blessed Abram, he's still Abram now, saying, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered you, your enemies, into your hand. Then Abram gave him a tenth of everything. The king of Sodom said to Abram, Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself. But Abram said to the king of Sodom, With raised hand I have sworn an oath to the Lord God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, that I will accept nothing belonging to you, not even a thread or a strap of a sandal, so that you will never be able to say, I made Abram rich.
Okay, so go back and tell me what he gave to Melchizedek.
He gave him a tenth of everything.
Okay. He didn't give him a tenth of his spoils because he didn't take any. Melchizedek's king of a whole city, which means the king, more than likely his people, follow the God Most High, creator of heaven and earth.
Yeah.
Then Abraham gives him a tenth of everything. Abraham does not give him a tenth of the spoils. Abraham gives him a tenth of everything he's got.
Everything.
And then doesn't take a thing to say, lest I say anybody, you are the one that made me rich and not God.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of little nuances. People dig for the hidden knowledge in the Bible, but they're always digging for this deep spiritual meaning that's going to be on your life, and it's going to tell you the things you can and cannot do. That's not the deep knowledge of the Bible. The deep knowledge of the Bible is understanding what it actually says. When it's talking right here, it's not saying that Abraham had all these spoils from this battle that God just allowed him to win. And so he gave a tenth of all of that to the king of Salem. No, he literally gave a tenth of his own personal property.
Right.
To pay homage and bless Melchizedek for coming out and blessing them along the lines of the same God that they serve. And then doesn't accept nothing else to replace it. Basically, he says, I'm going to give up a tenth of my wealth, not take a dime from you to show that my God is the one that gave me everything I got.
Yeah. So why a tenth, reckon?
I think it was just a random number. Because up until this point, I don't think a tenth has been mentioned at all.
I have no idea.
So,
It took me
God likes tenths.
I was
don't
listening
know.
to Genesis. It took me so long to realize, and it might not be Genesis, I don't know. I was listening. I'm in Joshua now, but I was listening and hearing who David's dad was, absolutely blew my mind. Dakota Million Colors, that's David, right? No, Joseph?
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph's dad. Once I put that together, because his dad's Isaiah, isn't he?
Isaac.
Isaac, yeah. Putting those two together, Isaiah and Isaac. I'm horrible with names. But
What's your name?
putting them together was horrible. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
That story, how it, and then those are his kids now, and seeing the line,
Actually connecting that it's the generations.
connecting
Because then it
that-
puts it in perspective. Because you granddaddy, me, you can actually look and say this guy lived this life, but this person also grew up under this person. Because Joseph wasn't just a random dude. Isaac raised him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Isaac and Esau, right?
Jacob and Esau.
Jacob and Esau. Who's
Yeah.
his brother?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forget.
Why don't you look up the lines and just say 'em?
Abraham had Isaac and who do you have with the
Ishmael?
yes.
Ishmael.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's where we get the
All of your Muslim people.
Muslim faith. Yeah.
And if you follow them throughout history,
Yeah.
you'll be a wild donkey. You'll be nuts everywhere you go. Your whole people will be crazy and will be nothing but murderous.
Yeah.
What'd you tell me to look up?
Who did what? Abraham did Sarai, and then out come such and such, and then such and such, and such and such, and such and such.
This one begat this one, and this one begat.
Yeah, exactly. They're just spewing babies all over the place. He said, "Go forth and multiply."
Yes. Beget.
You're getting pretty good
You
with
want
it.
it all the way to Jesus?
No.
Well, how far do you want it to go?
Get to Moses. Jeez. It shouldn't be that hard.
It's not. I just don't know how far you want me to go, so I have to figure out what I need to look up.
Why is there a picture of a doghouse? That's not the lineage of the Bible.
I mean, it is, but it's not in a very clear. I just want a picture. Let me see if this will be a little more helpful, if I can read it.
We're just going to have to sit here and read the entire Old Testament until we got it all. We got to get through Genesis. Moses' life is
That's
crazy
what
to
it's
me.
Yeah, right.
Because, like, didn't he flee when he was like 40? Or did he return when he was 40?
Okay, this one looks.
I
Why won't it just show me that picture?
return? Was it return?
I think so. You drop what you're doing and look up how old Moses was when he had to run away.
Okay, hang on. I found it, though.
Well, we're off that
So it
topic
goes
already.
Abraham with Sarah. They have Isaac.
You don't have to say who he had it with. Just
Well,
say
you
who he
said
spit
who
out.
were they with? Okay, Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Jacob had the 4 wives and the 12 kids.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then Joseph, the youngest.
Had Benjamin and
See, that
Manasseh
part right
and
there
Ephraim.
blew
Right.
my mind. The way Joseph was connected, like I never put that
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
And I've been going to church my whole life.
He
like,
became 2 tribes.
but just listening to myself, I put that together, and it was like,
And like you read the different tribes list because they're different in some sections, and like there's more and less, and like people are like that's contradicting. It's like no, that's time changing.
Mm-hmm.
That's people's lines dying out.
Yep.
People, it's just how life works.
Yeah.
Like Ham,
Yes.
It says approximately 40 years old when he fled Egypt.
it's when he fled.
Fled. Okay.
So for 40 years, you're a prince of Egypt.
Mm.
That's a hard life to leave.
Big time.
Like 14, 15, early 20s. You flee because you're scared. Like you're young, you're going to reset up and establish yourself, everything. That's fine. 40 years of comfort. I'm the cock of the walk. Like nobody can beat me for 40 years, and now I'm running away.
And you're kind of already established.
I mean, you're not even established. You're a freaking silver spoon trust fund nut job, man. And not only that, you were picked up out of the river. You obviously have God's hand on your life.
Highly favored, baby.
God's hand had greater plans for you, but think about going from what he was. First 40 years of your life is luxury, lap of luxury. What was the rest of his life?
Oh.
The exile was probably better than when he come back and took them out.
And how old was Moses when he died?
80? No, he had to be older than that.
Yeah.
Look up how old he was when he returned and then when he died for us. Because while he was in exile, right, when he was out fled, he's just living life, man. Chilling. He's doing the same. He don't have all the money and everything. He has to work now.
Right.
But he's still just living life. His responsibilities are make sure he's taken care of.
This says 80 when he returned.
When he returned.
80. Which 80 then was not like 80 now.
No, but you spend 40 years in luxury. Then you spend 40 years living
And
a normal
120
life.
when he died.
120.
And then
Okay.
you spend the next 40,
40,
years
40, 40.
having to lead the Israelites.
Yeah. Wow.
Because like most people would want it backwards. I got the rough 40 years, and then I got the 40 years it's kind of okay, like life's getting better. And then the last 40, the last 40 would be the retirement.
Yeah, no, right.
The last 40 is I'm living in luxury.
Yeah.
No, he did it butthole backwards.
He did.
Like I've never imagined.
did
like,
he?
How hard would that be?
He had to lead the Israelites. Did he die before?
Before he entered the promised land. Because
Yeah.
he got pissed off and hit a rock.
But the thing is, from my understanding, is he went up to the edge of the promised land.
He let him see it.
He let him see it.
Okay.
I looked at it. In my mind, I looked at it as He got to the property line and stood there and looked at it, and then that's as far as you get.
Yeah, it's the White House. I want to see the White House.
Yeah.
All right, there it is.
Yes,
That's it.
That's it as far as you get.
120 years of waiting.
Yes.
Because you got to think, like, in his mind, I would imagine Moses would be thinking the promised land would get him back to a point of seeing the people succeed, taking over, seeing the promise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fulfillment.
The fulfillment.
Yeah, good word.
He didn't get to see that. And honestly, I think his mistake is part of why the Israelite line had so much trouble after that.
Yeah.
Because they said, go in there and kill everybody. All of them.
Everybody.
And then they were like, no, we'll make treaties with them because we're stupid.
Yeah.
And then some of them they just didn't take out. And then there were stubborn ones all amongst that. But, like, it was the one commandment, just kill them all. And there's a lot of people that are like, the Bible's terrible because it tells... Oh, shut up. Like, how long have we been in Afghanistan?
3 decades?
How long was Russia in Afghanistan?
Right.
15, 20 years?
Yeah.
How many years have we been trying to wipe them people out and take over them?
Yeah.
We ain't going to do no good.
No.
It's because they're
Almost
stuck.
20 years.
Almost 20?
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened to the
2001.
Israelites. They got over there. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. And now these freaking people just will not come out. No matter what they do, they can't finally defeat them.
Yeah. Wow.
And then they even have the knowledge. Like me and you, our lights are rough sometimes. But we can't look back and see a direct prophecy from where God specifically told someone in our line. He told our grandfather's generation, if you do this, life will be great. If you don't, it won't.
Right.
We can't look at something like that. The Israelites could.
Yeah.
They could look, like, in a lot of their situations, they could look back 2 or 3 generations and go, you know, if great-granddaddy would have just done what he was freaking supposed to do.
So that'd be kind of like generational curses, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, like, they constantly, like, at a certain point, they constantly go in and out of exile. They go in and out of oppression and all this stuff. And, like, but it's a direct correlation of either the previous or the previous before the previous generations' results. And it's not we think we're here because of this. No, it's prophecies. Like, their prophets will show up and say, you're here because of Ahab.
Yes.
And so you could literally look back and go, we just don't have to do what he did. Let's do different and everything will be fine. But you can't do that.
Yeah. Right.
They didn't have the Holy Spirit either, though. So, like, I could understand how, boy, life would be rough without the Holy Spirit. I'd probably be a serial killer.
We talked about that too a little bit.
Serial killers?
No, Holy Spirit. we spoke about that too.
That serial killing Holy Spirit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it was when it come over Samson.
You
Fool
know?
be messing everybody up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, so there again, you know, I think, like you said, Andrew, if I read the scripture, I may get something totally different than what you get out of it, or what Tay gets out of it. And that's just, some, I guess that happens.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, when, you know, I asked a guy about, we were sitting in court one day and had a good little conversation. I asked him about, second coming of Jesus. And I said, are you pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib, whatever, post-millennial, whatever you want to call it. I said, everybody keeps putting labels on, Jesus coming back, and beliefs, what people believe. But I said, my thing is from my understanding, after Jesus comes back, I said, I've heard people say, well, after that one time, that's the only chance you get. It's done. It's over. But I said, I have, from what I've understood, there's a second chance. But the only thing is, it's going to be like very, very near to impossible because there's no Holy Spirit there. Because when Jesus comes back, he's taking the Holy Spirit with him. So there will be no spirit, Holy Spirit upon the earth.
Yeah, but what about all the generations before?
Right. Yeah.
Because, like, what was Abraham's bosom?
Yeah.
People get confused on that. Like you read like Dante's Inferno and you start studying like 7 levels and 9 levels of hell and all that type of stuff. And people are like, oh, that's bullcrap. And it's like, well, not all of it. Because like, when the ground opened up, swallowed Korah's rebellion. They went down into Sheol.
Yeah, right.
Which was death and hell.
Yeah.
The earth opened up and they fell down into a physical place that they are going to suffer in. Which means Catholic belief and a lot of other mythologies that say hell is in the earth, more than likely correct.
Yeah, right.
And then also the rich man and Lazarus. He looks, he's able to look across the divide into Abraham's bosom. What's Abraham's bosom? What was Abraham? The beginning of the Israelite line. The first person in that generation and age and time that God specifically said, I'm going to use you to do what I need to do. When I started with Adam, he's a direct lineage from Adam. Everybody is, but his line follows the patriarchs, right? He's the beginning of them. Mm-hmm. So Abraham, his bosom was where these souls that were covered by God's law, that had already accepted him as their ruler, but didn't have a payment for their sins yet. So under God's law, they physically and spiritually could not enter heaven yet because they were not allowed to be in his presence. But he made us place for their spirit to rest and wait, because a lot of people think when you die, your soul is not bound by time.
Right.
Your soul is still bound by time because the angels are still bound by time.
Okay.
To a certain extent. I think some of them can trans through time a little, but the angels were held up in one event in the Bible trying to get to somebody to help him. And it's like we were battling other places.
Yeah.
That's the mistake people make with Satan is they Satan's out to get you. No, he's not. He does not see you. Mm. He is not like God. He does not have omnipresence and all knowledge.
Right.
He is just an angel, which means he probably doesn't even know your daggum name.
Right. Yeah.
There may be other demons messing with you. You may just be stupid because that's what a lot of humanity is.
True.
But Abraham's bosom was a place for them souls to go and not be in torture up until Christ died. He paid the sins. He split the veil, which let God get through. But he also went to Hades and got keys of death and life back.
Exactly, yeah.
So he went and literally paid the debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then took his victory back. And then souls were allowed into heaven after that.
Yeah.
But that lines up with a lot of other theology from other religions about what hell and stuff and heaven used to be. Because if you go into Greek mythology, you could go into the afterlife and the underworld. Mm-hmm. And there was a place for souls to rest and wait. That was Abraham's bosom. Right. And then there was Hades.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things in the Bible that if you just and it's fun. Because here's the key. If you believe that Christ died for your sins and you're a sinner in need of a Savior.
And he rose again.
To pay for your sins. And you admit it. Like, that's the only ultimate thing.
It's like when the Paul and Silas and the jailer came in and fell before him, Sirs, what must I do to be saved? Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ.
And then there's this
and you will be saved, you and your household.
Yes.
Small list of what God tells you not to do.
Yeah.
And the list, if you really look at it, why did he destroy earth in the first place with the flood?
It was the overfed, the unconcerned.
That was Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, he destroyed the earth because of
he saw that man was
the
wicked,
evil,
and there was no
men.
good
yes, no
in
good.
him.
Yep, you're right, Tay. That's it.
Genesis.
Here, we had just talked about that as well.
6. When man began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were attractive, and they took as their wives any they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterwards, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the sight of the eyes of the Lord. Increasing corruption on earth. That's Genesis 6, 1 through 8. Man is in there, but he also specifically mentions the angels. Like the first thing he mentions about is the angels. Man began to multiply. Daughters were born to him. The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were attractive. They took as their wives any they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in the man forever, for his flesh. You know, the age 120 years. Then he specifically says, the Nephilim were on the earth in those days. These are the offspring of the previous passage. And also afterwards, when the sons of God came to the daughters, and then bore children to them, and the mighty men who were of old, and the men of renown. Who were the mighty men of old, and the men of renown? All of your other mythologies, when hybrids are born, they're warriors. They're killers. They're bloodthirsty.
I think Hercules and
Yeah, even like Hercules was a hero, but what was his constant thing? He had to find something to kill.
Yeah, I mean, he was a hero, but he was still a warrior.
He was
Right.
Stone Cold murderer.
Gilgamesh is one of the oldest like references, like when you read it. But Gilgamesh was constantly getting into trouble and messing stuff up. He was violent by nature.
Yeah, but they don't make Disney movies about him.
And those were the leaders. The mighty men who were of old and the men of renown. Those were the leaders of the peoples. Because who's the leader back then? Who's the leader in a lot of situations today? The toughest and the smartest.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, an angel hybrid is probably going to be the toughest and the smartest. And so the Lord saw that wickedness of man was great. Man became evil and wicked and violent. But who was his mentor? I think Adam's line was sent more to correct the bloodline and who led the people. And that was the Savior, was just who was supposed to be the proper ruler and the king. Who are you supposed to follow? Who's supposed to teach you what to do? What was Jesus when he come back? Jesus' example, or when he come to earth, Jesus' example was do what I do. I am your true king, which means you should mimic my behavior. These Nephilims were the kings and the rulers. That's when you follow the Babylonian line. It's one of the most, like, the Medes and the Persians, and they have a lot of records, but like that's one of the most detailed lines.
Were the Nephilim
but they're
giants? Were they giants or no?
Not all of them, but most of them. That's where the Rephaim, and that's where they were giants. But the reason that people have a hard time reconciling the giants in the Bible and in history is because they look at it through the eyes of today. Giantism today is a genetic mutation that is not beneficial.
Yeah.
These were races of giants.
Yes.
Which means they were genetically different than humans. Not 100% human, not 100% angel, but they were a different creature. Like if you read Enoch, like one of the things that the angels did was breed with women, but also experiment with people as far as the genetic alterations. What's your ultimate goal now? A lot of the angels, or people talk about aliens and stuff like that, and like, what's the goal now? Transhumanism. A lot of people think that aliens, if they were real and they could contact us, people who believe in them think that they're doing genetic experiments. When you get abducted, what are they doing with you? They're playing with your DNA. They're doing different stuff with you. If you study a lot of the cultism, it's all about figuring out how to manipulate DNA and change people's, what they are. The original angels that come to Earth done the same thing.
One book, is it The Return of the Gods?
Yes.
About that one goes into a lot of the demons and like how that kind of like parallels the transgender movement.
Oh wow.
It doesn't parallel it.
I mean,
it's a direct. The transgender movement is a direct copy of Ishtar and her worshippers. Almost directly after Moloch and Baal, Ishtar was queen of heaven. She's also, I think, like kind of also Semiramis is kind of the same Ishtar, but Ishtar and her priest and priestesses, she was all about being able to change your gender.
Wow.
So in her temples, the men dressed as women and the women dressed and acted like men. And it was the big thing. That's how you worshipped Ishtar.
Okay.
And that was her big spiritual movement. And
that's kind of what we're seeing right now.
have you ever read Return of the Gods?
I've never have.
Very good book.
Yeah.
Do I have a physical copy?
I don't know. I listen to the audiobook. I can't really read.
Do you prefer audiobook?
Very well.
I think I'll do the audio.
But it was an entertaining audiobook.
Do you have Audible?
No.
I might see if I can.
I'm old school.
I have a copy, and sometimes I can like refer a copy and give it for free.
Okay.
If I can do that, I'll see if I can send it, because I send you a link. You download Audible and you can listen to it.
Okay.
But it's a very, very good book. I think it's Return of the Gods. Look it up real quick, because there's another thing that's along those lines, wordage, that they done a series off of.
Is it wrong
Do you
that
remember
I've
the
got,
author?
Is it wrong that I've got to the point where I'd rather listen to something than read?
It all depends on what it is for me. I like to read.
Yeah.
A lot. But if I'm just enjoying myself, I like to listen, because I like to be able to like do other things. And that's how I like zone out.
Yeah.
But if I'm studying and researching something, I prefer to read.
Yeah. The Return
Oh,
of the
Jonathan
Gods,
Cahn.
Jonathan Cahn.
Yeah. Okay. See, y'all, I've got to a point in life, I guess my ADD is like getting worse the older I get.
That's okay.
I mean, because if I start reading something, I mean, I may make it through 3 chapters, and all of a sudden I'm like, dang, I don't remember what I read.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yep.
So
Start watching everything you watch with subtitles.
I have to.
No, I'm telling you. Start watching everything you
Yeah.
watch with subtitles. Within a year,
Yeah.
your reading comprehension will go 1,000%.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like,
It
I
rea-
totally resonate with that, because like I read it, I see the words, they enter my brain, but my brain is also, doing other things
bad at
and
collecting
thinking
knowledge
about other
like
things as it reads.
But what I am telling you is
It
the
doesn't
reason
think
my
into-
reading comprehension is so high, and this is the same along lines of the Spreeder that I've showed you before.
The speed reading thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I can comprehend when I do that.
But that's the reason my comprehension is so high, is because I had the fan on when I was a kid. I had horrible nightmares, so I always slept with a fan.
Wow.
I would wake up like screaming, and like I had terrible nightmares.
Oh, wow.
I also see crap when I'm awake too, so that probably didn't help as a kid. But like, I slept with a fan, but I like to watch a movie to go to sleep. I got to distract my brain, because I've always been like, you know what I mean? So you can't hear the movie, because if you cut it up that loud, Mama, you wake up Mama. You didn't wake up Mama. She whooped shit out of you. Like, that's bad.
Yeah.
So I'd put the subtitles on. And so from the time I was 4, 5, 6 years old till 12, 13 years old, I watched stuff with subtitles every night. So the only way for me to get it was to watch it with subtitles. But the problem is, you can watch it with subtitles and the volume on if you just make sure you try to read the subtitles.
Don't do that if you're watching something that's dubbed.
If you're watching
it's
anime,
terrible.
don't do it if you're
The
watching
words
anime.
don't match up to what they're saying.
I
and
know,
you're
right?
Like, what?
Yes.
So-
That's not what's happening.
But you can watch it with the sound on. But what it will do is it trains your brain to remember everything you've read, whether you're really paying attention or not.
Oh.
That's the reason I can read 2,500 to 3,000 words a minute and then sit there for a few minutes and think about it, and
You soak it in.
Yep.
You just take it in.
because you just naturally take it in.
Wow.
But that's the thing with like when we're at jiu-jitsu, right? And the guys are like, how are you so flexible? Because I'm a crippled old man, honestly. Like if I was to go to the doctor and have them do all the stuff and like pull up all the crap they told me I'm not supposed to do anymore, I basically should sit in a wheelchair
I
and
was
spin
gonna
in
say you'd
circles.
be disabled, wouldn't you?
Yeah. They tried to make me go on it at one point. I'm like, no. But they're like, well, how do you get to this point? Slow, stupid things that you don't even have to think to do. Like the reason, like when I sit with the lotus position with my feet touching, my knees touch the ground. Yours are probably a foot from it, right?
think so. Yeah.
Okay, mine used to be that way. Well, I started when I would watch TV. I'd put my feet like that take 2 10-pound weights and just sit them on my knees. Within 6 months, my knees were on the ground, and I never once felt a stretch.
Steady pressure.
So what you do is you find ways, if you want to be smarter, if you want to read faster, if you want to comprehend better, if you want to be more flexible, if you want to be stronger, find a way to do it that can be incorporated into your everyday life and does not inconvenience you. Because everybody's like, I'm going to go to the gym. It's great. That's great. Some people can do that, but how hard is it to make it to the gym all the time? On a regular basis, 4 days a week, every week.
Okay, I'm a bad one to ask that because I go 5 days a week. But
how many years did it take you to finally get that?
Oh, brother, it took me a while because now, but I guess finally realizing my age, I have made it a part of my life now. And of course, the wife is like, "Oh my gosh, are you?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, dear. It has literally become part of my life because, believe it or not, I hurt, but I feel better. If that sounds, I do.
There's a difference between sore and pain.
Yes, and y'all, and of course, I've got sleep apnea. Like I am a severe sleep apnea sufferer, if that's what you want to say. But I've started using my CPAP. I'm getting this great sleep, even for 5.5 hours. If I get 5.5 hours on that CPAP, it's like I have been re-energized.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Malachi earlier, I looked at my clock on my phone and I was like, well, in about 2 hours, I should be going to bed. I'm usually in the bed literally by 7:15, 7:30. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I put my clothes on to go to the gym, and I work out till right at about 5 a.m., and I'm back home showering and go to work.
12 years ago, how hard would that be for you?
Oh, good. I never would have done it.
Yeah. Even if you had the discipline with the boys at home.
Right, yes.
And that's the problem that most, and like a lot of these guys at jiu-jitsu gym are younger.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the ones that ask me, like, how do you get flexible? And it's like, you just do it to where, like, I know you guys are busy. You can hardly make it to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, right.
And you do this just
Especially
because.
the ones with, like, brand new families and little
you make
kids.
it here, so incorporate things into your life. If you want to get back and improve when you get back, make it to where you can do it while you're sitting there chilling with the kids.
Yeah.
Sit a kid in your lap. Put the weights on your knees. Bounce them around. Watch TV with them. You know what I mean? Like, play with them.
Yeah.
Do the jiu-jitsu exercises. How many times did ours do the jiu-jitsu exercises with me? When
Angel
I had all
and
these
Tess,
shops
when
matted,
they were really little,
they'd be
all
on
the
my
time,
back.
yeah.
We'd
Yeah.
play
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Gracie games.
Yeah.
Like, incorporate it into your life. Make it part of your family. My wife will not get on the mats for nothing. But
She'd kill y'all.
she comes to the gym a lot of times when she can. She supports her kids. She encourages us. She watches us. She goes to the competitions with us. It's not something she's necessarily like 100% a part of, but she knows if she shows up and is involved, it's being part of the family.
Absolutely.
So, like, if you're going to do a sport, get your kid involved. If it's not worth your kids being involved, don't do that sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then watch your son throw his knee halfway around his leg.
And hurt his collarbone.
I heard.
And, rip his collarbone out.
I've heard.
Yeah. No, it's not ripped out. It's fine.
What the problem? He's going to have to learn that switch that tells you need to shut down because you're hurting. I don't have that.
Yeah.
He was born without it. So, like, you have to really pay attention when you feel something start to hurt a little before you go and just keep pushing. Stop and pause, split second, and go. Is anything moving that shouldn't be?
Well, listen, that guy wouldn't have swept me, right? My base is solid. Like that's the reason my kneecap got dislocated because my base is solid. But when he went to sweep me, I was fine, but my kneecap had other plans.
What did you say when that happened?
Me?
Yeah.
I said, Dad, Dad,
Dad.
Look at this. This
Dad.
ain't right.
No, he was talking to someone. Dad.
I was talking to Frank, man. Leave me alone.
Dad. Finally get his attention. I think something's wrong with my leg.
It's up here at my ear. My foot is at my ear.
Oh, because
Is
I
that
had
right?
pants on. So I was like, I think something's wrong, but I don't know because it's in pain and I can't move it.
He's just chilling on the mat, man.
Everyone else was freaking out. I'm just sitting there like, I saw in the papers. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I looked at Coach. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll make it to class Thursday.
problem was I get over there and I know my son's tough, but he's literally just laying there chilling. He's like, I think something's wrong with my leg. I'm like, well, what's wrong? He's like, I can't move it. He's like, something's up with my knee. And he's like, just check my knee. And I'm like, okay. So I go to feel, and I'm like, okay, it'll be over here. And I'm like, yeah, it's not over there. And so I go this way, and I just kept going. And when I first checked it, like after they moved him a little, it popped up. But when I first checked it, I promise you, kneecap's supposed to be here. That bastard was over here.
You should have said, Bubba, you ain't got no knee.
But yeah, he was having to make jokes to like alleviate everybody else's stress.
Yeah.
And he's the one laying there with his knee halfway. And it's like, and I was chill because I'm like, it'll be okay.
Well, and you know, so how are you, Andrew?
39, correct?
39.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, you know, it's funny because when you see these kids in I call them kids, in the gym, and they come to me and they're like, hey, man, you know, how old are you? And I've had some, you know, come to me like, man, I've watched you work out, dude. You're like pretty intense. Well, but like you said, it's took me a while to get to where, you know, because usually I don't rest in between any sets. I do it like kind of like a cardio thing. But I told him, I said, look, as young as you are, take care of your body right now. Don't wait until you're 50 years old and you're trying to do stuff that you should have been doing when you were 20 and 25.
And I always tell them, I'm like, focus on strength all you want.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But also flexibility.
Absolutely.
If anything that you can right now, get as flexible as possible. Because if everything's limber, when you put out that power, it doesn't break. But if it's not flexible and stiff, you put out that power, you're like, well, now my shoulder's out. Or
Exactly.
my, you know.
Yes. So, and honestly, I had much rather scuffle, fight, whatever you want, with somebody that is a very big guy because they're usually not flexible. But you take somebody like Malachi, he's probably very flexible. So he'd be tough to. I mean, he'd be tough to handle.
Yeah, because you go
Even if he didn't know
you go
anything,
to shoulder lock somebody that's flexible.
Yeah.
You got a lot more fighting to do. You get somebody like me, like my left shoulder's fine. My right shoulder's all jacked up right now. You get me here, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, officer. I am so sorry.
Yeah, right.
I will get in that car and lay down on my face. I don't care. Let me go.
Yes.
But like, and that's the thing. That's jiu-jitsu for me. Is I hurt so daggum bad unless I am like on a stupid amount of narcotics. So, like, I don't want to work out.
Yeah.
I don't hardly want to walk.
Yeah.
But I really like letting someone try to submit me for 5 minutes and just making them not be able to. Yeah. I love it when people are fussing at you going, I like it when they think they got you choked and you're just sitting here like this, taking a nap while they're just trying their darndest to choke. I am at peace when someone's trying to kill me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it also tricks me into working out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've gained 15 pounds back since starting jiu-jitsu. So I'm back up to about 250, 255. But I've lost 4 inches in my waist. I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't got on the mats.
Yeah.
I'd still be losing weight and everything, but it wouldn't have accelerated it. Yes, I've, ripped a couple ribs out of the cartilage and tore my shoulder up. I'm old, but I'm still there.
Yeah, right.
I still do what I can. And like everybody, that's one thing about our gym too. Everybody is cool.
Yeah.
Well, everybody there has a job to go to the next day.
Right. Yeah.
So everybody's like, you look at them and you say, I'm going easy. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to get up and go to work tomorrow and not be in pain.
I've been at gyms where the coaches are like, you can't sit out rolls and like, you got to be. And then like coaches been like, no, you do what you need to do to take care of your body.
Right.
Like if you need to roll easy, roll easy. If you don't need to roll, you don't have to roll. Like it's like, I really want to be able to do the warm-ups. And when I get the Crown Vic done, we're going to get the mats back in here where I can start doing the warm-ups every day. Because if I do the warm-ups before class, I'm hurting so bad I can't think during class. I don't enjoy the class.
Yeah.
But I want to get where I can do them with everybody else. But like no one's been like, you sorry loser over there, you got to do the warm-ups so you can't. And they're like, no, we understand you're hurt. Like,
yeah. And that's, I go to the gym because I'm not trying to get big by no means. I will never attain the bodybuilder look. But I want to maintain what little bit of strength I have because I realized sitting in a tractor trailer for several years, and
Oh, it'll mess
I
you
did
up.
absolutely nothing. And at one time I was pretty stout for my size, but I lost a lot of strength sitting in the truck. So that's why I'm back to I just want to get strong or keep what strength I have. That's all I want to do.
See, I want to improve my strength, but I know I have to go solo. Like I'm so cautious too. Is a lot of mine. Like when I don't ever go above 25-30% at
Yeah.
a roll.
Yeah.
Like it's because I don't want to hurt myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. It took me this long. It's taken me little over 3 years to get to this position.
Yes.
When every other time before I'd get to about half this and injure myself because I'd push myself too daggum hard.
Yeah.
But I would get to half this in 2 months, like incredible progress. And then I finally realized, like, I can't. You do anything to the extreme, you're gonna fail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like it's moderation.
Yeah.
Figure out how to do it to where you can maintain the pace for a long or indefinite period of time, not just right now.
Yeah. That's
Stupid tortoise.
I have learned because I'm kind of like you. My left shoulder has given me issues. I've never had trouble out of my right, but I'm right hand dominant. So now I've got pain in my right shoulder as well. So both of my shoulders feel like they're but I got to thinking I'm probably going into some kind of pre-arthritic phase in my life. I'm probably got some arthritis in my shoulders is what it is. And the doctor, he agreed with me. So I'm on this prescribed meds and for that, it's pretty doggone good. So
Cigarettes.
no,
Hey.
not those.
Hey, look up nicotine's effect on arthritis. It's insane the amount of things that nicotine helps.
Yeah.
Just the delivery system sucks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, hey, I'm telling you, my knees, arthritis.
See, I've got to get my BPC 157 back. That stuff actually helped me.
Right. So they've got the Wolverine too. Have you heard about the Wolverine, the TB500?
Yes, but I can't find it, and I want the TB500 and the BP together.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
But I'm broke,
I hear you.
so
Nicotine has a complex dual role in arthritis, often acting as an anti-inflammatory agent in controlled studies while potentially aggravating symptoms through smoking-related inflammation. Research suggests it may reduce inflammation and pain in rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis by targeting specific receptors, but it can also trigger immune responses that exacerbate joint damage. And this would be, I'm guessing this is cigarettes.
that's specifically for cigarettes, not
I
nicotine.
just looked up nicotine, though. You told me to look up
But
nicotine.
they're not going to tell you that something could be beneficial that isn't specifically on there. I can sell it to you for thousands of dollars price.
So would a patch be your best bet?
I don't really know because I've been smoking these for 31 years.
Okay.
I got zero damage.
Yeah.
Other people it destroys. So I think we should start treating cigarettes and alcohol and everything else just like we do everything else. Like if I eat a crap ton of fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
If I eat mostly meat and a few potatoes, I feel great. So why should I eat all that other stuff? Okay?
Yeah.
I'm smoke cigarettes. They are not damaging my health.
Yeah.
And this is from a pulmonologist.
Yeah.
And this is after 4 years of CTs and all this stuff they did to me, and we're finally like, it's not affecting you.
And I've heard of that happening. I have.
So I asked her point blank, do I need to quit smoking? And she looked at me and she said, the professional part of me literally has to tell you yes.
Yeah.
She said, but honestly, no. She said, there's absolutely no reason. She said, the benefits that I know that nicotine and smoking gives you versus the damaging effects on your body, It's no, I can't tell you you need to quit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Now, it gets to a point where it is, by God, it's time to quit. That's when it is affecting my health. And cigarettes are harped on and harped on and harped on. I can tell you right now, there needs to be a whole lot more sermons about eating.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. I was just fixed to go in because, so at the first of this week, I started doing the intermittent fasting,
Mhm.
where I would, at 6 o'clock at night, I don't eat again until 10 o'clock the next morning. Nothing. So I'm hypoglycemic, so my sugar drops.
Yeah.
So guy told me, he said, do it. You need to do it every 3 days. And I said, shoot, I thought you're supposed to do it every day. Well, anyway, long story short, when I did it those first 3 days, I felt amazing because I was not bloated. My stomach was not kind of distended. But now that I was listening to him of, every 3 days, now I've got this bloating feeling back. So I'm like, you know what? Come Monday, I'm going to start back doing my every day of an intermittent fasting and see what this does for me, because I really felt good those 3 days.
And you want to know what's crazy? You can do the intermittent fasting. You can do the protein thing like you did.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those kind of have the same effect. Intermittent fasting or extreme fasting for 72 hours do close to the same thing.
Yeah.
She used to, if I didn't feed her every 45 minutes to an hour, she'd have a box cutter out.
I would not.
Hangry. You're
Like,
hangry.
she would be so angry. I mean, like, we've been driving through town in our younger years of marriage, her literally just screaming at me pull up in a drive-through, buy her a food, just hand it to her, and her start eating while still fussing at me, get halfway through it and say, "Thank you so much. I did not realize that's why." That was every hour. Like, I was constantly worried about what she was fixing to eat next, and she was too. She started eating 50 to 75 grams of protein first.
Yeah.
Waiting 15 minutes. And she doesn't do this now. You did it for how long? A couple weeks?
Yeah.
And I said, eat your 75 grams of protein, wait 15, 20 minutes, eat anything else you want. Within 2 weeks, hey, what are we going to have for dinner, babe? I'm planning this, and this. She'd be like, I'm not really hungry. But also wouldn't be upset.
Right.
Didn't get shaky. Like, it reset her system. Your system will reset.
That's what I
Yours, a lot of the glycemic stuff and the hypoglycemic and all that, you start upping your protein, eating it first, wait 15, 20 minutes, eat anything else you want, and do that intermittent fasting with it. You'd be amazed at what happened to your body.
Yeah.
That's a big part of how I lost 120 pounds, was just eating mostly protein. And I eat, because I've had massive stomach problems most of my life.
Really?
And I will eat a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit in the morning. That's because I've got to have something on my stomach while I'm working during the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
But I don't eat all day.
Yeah.
And then I'll eat once at night. Now, I may eat a pound of taco meat, but I'm still losing weight.
Yeah.
There's been nights that I've ate 4 pounds of chicken in one sitting.
Ooh.
Still losing weight. You cannot overeat protein.
Yeah.
Your body will just eliminate it after your end if it's got too much.
I think so. I know where it heads.
But it will not have a damaging effect on your body. That's like
Yes.
vitamin C and D and a lot of the stuff. Like, you can't take, don't want to take too much vitamin C. You literally just inject like millions of IUs of vitamin C in you, and your body will just flush out anything you don't need.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
God made our bodies incredibly intelligent,
Yes.
and most of the industry is about going exactly
And
against.
when you think about all the processed stuff and the chemicals that we're eating, and that's okay.
Right.
Eat processed macaroni and cheese, you're good.
That's
Like-
what we were talking about that too. Think about my grandmother, she's been gone since 2009, but everything she cooked, y'all, was either lard or bacon grease, and I'm talking like an inch of bacon grease, and she'd cook in it.
How was her brain when she passed?
Fine.
Incredible.
And the thing,
I've looked into a couple studies about how
yes,
the lack of fat is
Do-
messing with our
Do
brain.
you want to know what it is?
And animal fat specifically.
yes,
Cholesterol.
yeah,
Yeah.
When you strip the cholesterol out of us, our brains die. Think about how many elderly people and anybody that's in a mental fog all the time, especially around your age,
yes,
right?
yep,
Find out if they're on statins or not.
Okay. No. So y'all went to the doctor January 15th, had blood work done. My bad cholesterol was up. It was elevated. That was the word they used. Elevated. Okay. I don't know what that meant as far as the number wise, but they said, oh, it's elevated. Well, the first thing is people that I work with are like, oh, man, you need to be on a statin. I said, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. And so far, I am on 0 meds. I mean, as far as like I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have none of this stuff. But I mean, when I go to the doctor, he's always like very amazed because I've got sleep apnea, so I should have at least heart issues or something. Perfect. Blood pressure, everything's perfect. So he's like, dude, how in the world are you doing your job, what you're doing? Because first of all, that's very stressful. You're overweight. You have sleep apnea that is severe, but yet you've got great vitals. I don't know.
I was 350 pounds. Passed out. Fell over. Woke up. Severe pain shooting through here. And she's like, we need to go to the hospital. I'm like, give it about 5 minutes. Like, if I'm still hurting in 5 minutes, we'll go to the hospital, And 5 minutes later, it's gotten worse. And so I'm like, well, take me to the hospital, right? So they take me to the hospital over in Lewisburg. They get me in immediately, right? Fat guy, mid-30s, chest pains. They know what's going on. So they do all the tests, and they're like, we really can't find anything. So they ship me over to Columbia, right? And they do the dye test with the radioactive dye all through your lungs and arteries and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And the doctor comes in there, he's wide-eyed. He's like, surprisingly, he's like, dude, you're a freaking racehorse. He's like, everything's clear, your lungs are clear, your arteries. He's like, dude, you're like really freaking fit. And I'm like, dude, is it surprising because I'm fat? And he's like, yeah.
Yes,
And so I was laughing with him, but at the same time, it's like fitness has a lot more to do with lifestyle, not size.
Yes.
But for me, I was comfortable at 350. I was a monster. I destroyed my back. That's why now I focus on I have to stay lower weights. I need to be lower weights. But, man, when I was 350 and my back wasn't torn out, jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and all that was a blast. Having speed and power and weighing as much as a small motorcycle, yeah, you mess some people up. But nowadays, I'm old and crippled, so I gotta be lighter. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I've lost most of my weight by chilling out.
Mm-hmm.
I quit stressing so much.
Yes, that is a killer.
I had the same thing. I had sleep apnea, severe. What was it, like 13 seconds of every minute I was breathing?
Yeah.
Or something stupid like that. It was like, yeah, you're basically dead.
Yeah.
But my blood pressure, I was on blood pressure medicine for 12 years because when they first put me on it, I was running 240s over 180s.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my normal blood pressure. I would blow blood vessels up in my nose and like would just bleed out the nose for hours.
That's like very dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. So you take all this stuff. I have perfect blood pressure.
Yeah.
They checked my A1C. Mine's better than hers.
Yeah.
All my arteries are clear. I don't have damage in my lungs. Like all the health I'm in now, 100%. 100%. Chill out.
Yeah. Yes. See,
Quit stressing it.
Yes.
And eat more protein.
And eat more protein.
Yeah, but that's what it was. I chilled out and quit stressing it. I had to tell her to the point because of the way her food was and needing it. Women want you to eat with them.
Yes,
They don't give a damn if you're hungry or not.
that is correct.
She's not asking you if you're hungry. She's telling you she's hungry with a question.
Absolutely,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
But I finally had to get to the point. I told her, I was like, look, my stomach is terrible. I feel terrible. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm going to eat only when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And at that point, honestly, I had so much darn fat in my system, I'd go 3 or 4 or 5 days without eating. I just wouldn't be hungry.
Ooh. See, that's tough. 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not doing
Not
that.
when you're carrying an extra 100 pounds.
No, I don't know, Andrew.
How much you weigh?
227.
Okay. At my heaviest, I was 365.
Wow.
Put Malachi on your back.
Wow. I don't remember that.
That was when I was at Longview.
Really? I don't remember that.
That's what I'm saying. I've always been extremely strong.
Yeah.
I was comfortable at that size. At 350, people would guess I was 260, 270.
Mm-hmm.
I have an extremely strong muscle structure. I'm dense. But just extreme amount of weight. I got really sick. I lost 30 pounds in a week from a stomach bug. It was a
Ooh.
bad stomach
I
bug.
think so.
I
That's
thought I
bad.
was going to die. It's
That's
96
But
hours.
He's fluctuated 30 pounds in a week, like several times throughout our marriage. He has that weird ability. Not anymore so much because he's lost so much, but when
Yeah.
he was really heavy, he could
Yeah.
gain.
I would go 40, 50 pounds in a
Least.
month easy.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Well, that's tough on the body. Got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason the doctor said take my physical age. He said, and go twice that. And that's how old you actually are physically. I was like, thanks, Doc. But yeah, and that's what I've mostly done. Just chill out and quit listening to all the crap.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, you got to do this, you got to do that. You gotta...
And
No.
gotten off of prescription pain medicine and started taking gummies. That was
Mhm.
a big one, too.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And honestly, I think that's why I was so darn angry all the time. Because they gave him fentanyl.
When his kneecap was.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The fentanyl didn't do nothing.
No,
That's
but they were like, you're not going to remember this, that, and everything. He's telling me, it doesn't affect him. It's like me. They gave him morphine. It just pissed him off.
I feel kind of bad. I was complaining about the nurses with the door wide open.
Yeah, he was
Complaining.
angry, but I was on all them narcotics from the pain clinics for years.
Yeah.
And you know how angry I used to be.
Yeah. That's
But
true.
when the pain clinic lady finally said, you need to go try these gummies. She's like, because nothing we got here is touching you.
Yeah.
He's like, and it's not tolerance. It's like it literally just doesn't affect my body,
Mm-hmm.
which is really annoying. Like, feel your vasectomy, okay? That's not one of those that I want to like
They gave
tell
you
people.
Valium. You were happy about it.
Yeah, they gave me. He's like, you ever taken any pills? I'm like, I've been on pills most of my life because of my, And he was like, I got you. So he gave me 2 10s.
Ooh.
Dude, they could have pulled a chainsaw out when I got there. I didn't care. I was trying to get him to let me help. I kept trying to move the curtain. He kept slapping my hands out of the way. There was a little blonde girl, like it's the first one she's ever seen. She was fixing to start training.
Yeah.
And so, like, I look over and, like, she's turning, like, more white than she already was. And so, like, I'm cutting up with her to keep her from passing out. The nurse is laughing, like. And then he gets to he pulls that cord.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and he was like, you feel that? And I was like, I told you this crap don't work.
Yeah, right.
And he gets all nervous and he's like, I can give you some more. I'm like, I told you
this
it
don't
don't
work.
work. And he was like, well, we can finish this side and you can heal and come back. And I'm like, we ain't doing this twice.
Mm-mm,
You can finish
do
the
it.
other side.
Do
Just
it.
warn me before you pull that cord.
Yes.
And so, like, yeah,
You only get one shot, Doc.
yeah, you're going to do it right the first time. That's Dr. Milam. When he was still practicing, she watched him remove my toenail for me.
Yeah. I remember that.
And he tried all the local anesthesia. And then I was talking to her, and he just did this. And I was like, I felt that. He goes, it really doesn't work, does it? I said, no, sir. He says, what do you want me to do? I said, once you start, don't stop.
You better.
And he just ripped that. I've done it myself before. I can tell you right now, you can give me 40 vasectomies.
Woo.
Please don't rip my toenails off again.
That's the worst.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, she passed out almost.
I didn't pass it. Okay, listen. He'd just taken his toenail off.
Oh.
And he had like a weird sliver thing he had to get out on the side. And he turns and he looks at the nurse and he says, pass me that scraper.
Yeah, she
Don't
started
you-
going white.
I couldn't. And no.
I was like,
But
what
why
are you
do
doing?
you call it that? I don't care if that's what it does. You call
No,
it something else right
yes. Just give me the thing.
The
now.
first
As soon
time.
as he said that, I was like, well, no.
The first
Can't.
time I had it done, I was 13. That's before they knew local anesthesia didn't work on me. So, like, have you ever had an injection in your toes? Like,
Never.
Okay. Fingers and digits and toes are really hard to numb.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take that needle and they start it, and then they push a
No,
little
first
in.
they spray the cold spray.
Not everybody.
Oh.
This guy didn't.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And then they just slowly work it further down your flesh as they put more in. It's supposed to be numbing you as you go.
Right.
This guy swells both my toes up this big around. He
Oh.
puts so much in it,
Oh,
and I'm still
no.
feeling it all. I've been in there for an hour getting needles jabbed in my toes already. And so it's like, what are we going to do? Okay, he's not ripping the toenail off, which is fast.
Yes.
This doctor cuts the sides out, which your nail bed goes all the way past your flesh.
Yeah.
So I sat there while he cut my sides out and ripped them sections out, right? But this is the coolest thing in the world.
Really?
Okay. When
He's
he gets
getting to it.
when he gets all that done, he takes this acid, he puts it on a Q-tip, and it's designed to kill the roots. And he slams that Q-tip in there. Dude, it is the worst pain on the planet for that long.
Really?
And then everything's dead
Oh.
because it just burns all the nerve endings. Then he gave me this tub of burn gel, right?
Yeah.
You could have your knuckle plumb burn off. Take one little dip on it. It'd almost be new flesh in 2 days. Like, I babied that stuff for years. It was amazing. But, yeah, that's the first time I had my toenails done. I had to go to school with sandals on for like 2 months.
Oh, no.
But that was because the sides were growing straight through the bottoms of my toes.
Oh, man.
That's how stupid my toenails were.
Oh, gosh.
You don't need them.
I'm sweating.
Why?
I'm sweating. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
That sounds
You
absolutely
watch them
awful.
in movies where they rip a toenail off.
Yes, yeah.
And then somebody's like, I'm not going to tell you the information. I might not tell you the information, but I've had it
I'm
done
going to tell you everything.
5, 6,
I'm going to
7,
tell
8
you what I
times.
stole in kindergarten.
Yes.
You can know it all.
Yes.
Leave my toenails alone.
Yeah, or my fingernail.
No,
Don't touch no
ripping
nail.
the nail off ain't that bad. You start messing with the bed under it after that, now we got problems.
Scraper.
I haven't had toenails for 14 years.
Yeah.
My big toenails have been gone for 14 years.
Really?
My flesh is still tender. Not as bad as it was to begin with. To begin with, it's like terrible. Like even water hitting it in the shower is like you want to kill somebody.
Oh, no.
But like now, like even now, something like drops on my.
Man, that just sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it'll happen to you too one day, Josh.
No, don't say that.
Say
Do
that.
not say that. Do not say that.
May you have toenails for the rest of your life. New blessings from the Cunning
I want-
Buffoons. May your toenails be intact and healthy, and you not drop turkeys on your toes.
I want healthy toenails.
You know about that one?
No.
She's just now healing.
Right
3 days before Thanksgiving.
No, it was the week before.
Tell your story.
I dropped a 16-pound frozen turkey on my toe in the parking lot of the grocery store. It was terrible. Some of the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Big toe?
Mhm.
Big toe.
Oh.
Yep.
She finally goes to the doctor after 3 weeks because she puts a boot on. Like, wait,
We
honestly,
have boots.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Yes.
honestly, this people should understand that the Cunningham side of the family, Murphy likes to kick our tail ends. If we can get injured, hurt,
And the
damaged
Tigner
somehow,
side is incredibly clumsy.
yeah. So we know how to doctor ourselves pretty well. But after 3 weeks of her limping around, I'm finally like, you need to go to the doctor. So we go to our favorite podiatrist, who's my only podiatrist. I love him. Him and his wife, they're great. But anyways, and he x-rays it, and he's in there, and he's counting the fractures. And he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's shattered. She just shattered the whole end of her toe.
Oh.
And possibly even broke the joint further up. And because of where it's at, it will continuously pull it and not allow it to heal together. And so it'll just be like she's walking around with a rock in her shoe all the time.
So how does that grow back? Does it
So
time?
I was in a boot for, I think, about a month. And then
Yeah.
he wanted to remove the toenail. I let him. I don't know that I would again if I could go back and
hang
do
on.
it. But
You know how sensitive your nail bed is.
Yeah, right.
She had so much swelling that it was cracking the base of her nail bed.
Oh.
So I'm like, if you get that toenail taken off, it will take all of that pressure that it is just cramming down on that nerve branch off.
it was
And-
still terrible.
It's a great experience. Everybody should have their toenails removed at least once.
Oh,
I think I'll pass.
I don't envy
You should, yeah.
anybody. No.
Malachi's had it done.
No, I just have the sides out. And I'm doing fine.
You lucky turd.
But yeah,
Having the
I'm
whole
feeling a
toenail
splint
removed is
on my toe.
Are
on
you
my
really?
big toe. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was November, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one of those that, like, I told her, I'm like, this is going to take a while. And this is the first injury she's ever had that really,
Yeah.
I've been down for a decade. You know what I mean? Like, She's talking about, like, it's been a couple weeks, I should be better. I'm like, darling, I'm just getting back on my feet from the past 15 freaking years.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to take 6 months to a year.
At least.
Just take
yeah.
care of yourself. Take it slow. There's nothing wrong with taking it slow. It took me a long daggum time.
Yes.
So, like, yes, this injury, it's bad. It's terrible, but it will pass. It will be okay. But I know that's hard to do because, like, I had to come to terms with having a permanent injury and chronic pain for the rest of my life by the time I was 17. And, like, there's parts of your body that hurt.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, they're going to hurt.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to come to terms with this is just how it is? I got to put a smile on my face. I have to learn how to mentally deal with it and keep living my life.
Yes. Absolutely.
It takes a few years before that, even though you're trying, that really actually sinks in. This is the rest of my daggum life. But I can be happy about it, or I can sit around and complain and whine about it, you know?
Kind of like your back.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've got my lower back, especially my hips. But I mean,
You got to get to the point where it's like, I got to keep going.
I do. That's you have to, you know. You have a choice.
If you don't, you wind up crippled,
Mm-hmm.
or you keep going and you're miserable about it.
Yeah.
Like you're going to hurt. Everybody hurts. That's why, you know, the Bible says before the days of evil come. Like when you start getting older and everything hurts, like it's a bad time. But at the same time, it can be, you just learn that, hey, you learn to deal with crap. You become a whole lot more empathetic and understanding.
True.
Like she used to not understand my back till the first time she blew her back out. And then she was like, this is terrible. She used to not understand my indigestion and the stomach issues I had before I had my gallbladder taken out till she was pregnant with Malachi. And she had indigestion and stomach problems the whole time. And she looked at me at one point. She's like, I don't understand how you haven't killed yourself. My grandmother's been dealing with the sciatic and the nerve pain and all that. And she was down bad for a couple months. I mean, close to 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was over seeing her one day, and she says, are you like this all the time? I said, I've been like this since I was 16, 17 years old. And she said, have you not killed yourself?
I know, right?
And I was like, you learn to deal with it.
You
keep going.
Yes. Yep.
And I was like, dang. I was like, that's coming from like an 80-something-year-old woman.
I know, right?
Like, if I'd have been 17, somebody, you just going to hurt for the rest of your life. Might as well just end it. I'd been like, dang, man. I tried. That's part of the reason I hurt so bad. It's because I was trying to go out the door in an epic fashion. But God just kept saying, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there a set time, Tay, that you got to wear that?
I went to the doctor it was this past Monday. He gave me 2 to 3 more weeks. Come back, they'll x-ray again, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. That is awful.
Yeah.
When you use the word shattered,
Yeah.
you shattered.
Well, like when you see them confidently, like 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. They're like, I got to make sure I'm counting it right. And I'm not even counting this.
Yeah.
It's all f***ed up.
Yeah.
On today's episode of How F***ed Up is F***ed Up.
Here it is.
Yeah.
When
And
you
see,
go
I'm-
to juggle groceries, put the lighter groceries at the end of your hand, not the heavier groceries.
You want to hear something amazing? If you go to the grocery stores, they have these newfangled devices. They're like
Okay, but
they're
listen,
like baskets with
I wasn't
wheels.
going to spend much money. I was not spending much money. But if you spent $30, you got your turkey for 39 cents a pound.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not leaving the store for under $30. I can't leave anywhere for under $30.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to spend $30. I'm going to buy this 16-pound turkey for $6. Yeah,
I was,
but it wasn't in the original plan.
yeah, but
And it has cost me more than $6
I
now.
think say that.
yeah,
It's a heavy price to pay with.
a cart.
I know. But
And
I wasn't
if-
planning on buying a turkey.
Even if you've already checked out at that point, sit your stuff in a cart if it's that heavy, and wheel it out there. Take care of yourself.
I was doing okay
So was
until I
the-
had to open the car door.
Was the turkey in a bag, or was you holding it by the little carry handle? That
She was holding it by the carry handle.
I think it was the carry handle.
Yeah.
I think so.
She tried to open the door with the hand that was holding the turkey, right?
No, I put all my groceries in my left hand so I could open it with my right hand.
Yeah.
Ah.
But I had the turkey, the heavier thing, in my right hand because that's my dominant hand. It's stronger. It can hold the
And-
heavier
and
thing.
that's
But
the
then when
one you
I
was-
swap just that, uh, yeah,
So you get your left toe or
right.
right toe?
Mhm.
And that's what happens. You just got to get a cart. Homeless people know it. You don't see them walking around with holding all their crap. They got a Dollar General cart, man.
Speaking of
Lesson learned.
homeless, there's a lot of homeless folks in Bedford County.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
A lot.
I see them when I go to the gym, y'all. I mean, they're sleeping on the sidewalk by Goodwill, but you see them, people walking at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. You're like, this is crazy.
I work the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we feed. Thursdays are our biggest day, and we feed anywhere from 95 to 100 people
Really,
every Thursday.
unbelievable.
And
That's a lot. I mean, really, that truly is. And probably a lot that we don't even know about.
And a lot of the cool ones are gone. I can't find them. Like the pirate.
Yeah,
You know who I'm talking about.
I
Yep.
do.
I can't find him. I used to see him in Walmart and took him out to, like breakfast several times. But like, I love hearing about his high seas adventures.
I thought, you know what? I think he's passed away, man.
Oh,
I
dang.
think so. I can't remember that guy's name, but I think it is.
He's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah.
He had a parrot on his shoulder. Nobody else could see that bastard, but by God, that thing was there. And he just got done. He got off the boat with Sinbad like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And dude, he could write one piece in his head. He lived one piece.
Yeah.
Like that's how realistic it was to him. And just good dude.
Good dude. Yeah.
Just crazy as a loon.
Mhm.
there's a few people in there that have just a buttloads of money.
Yeah.
But they don't care.
No.
There's one dude, Buddy was telling me he owns his family's in some kind of business. He's got so much money. He comes in there with broken shoes,
Mm-hmm.
smells bad,
Yeah.
bad clothes, just 'cause he wants to. He doesn't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I stopped and helped a guy, brought him some food one time, and I thought he was, homeless. But no, his wife died, and so like he was like, I just want to see the country, but I don't want to see it the way everybody else does.
Mm.
So he started out like close to California, just sold everything he had, put everything in a bank account. He can't even access it unless he gets back over there.
Yeah.
Threw everything on his back and took off.
Yeah.
And like I just sat and talked when he was talking to me about his travels and adventures and like stopping at working in some places, just to get a little bit of money to go ahead. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks that you ain't got nobody,
Yeah.
but like at least you're having an adventure and blessing some other people,
And some people are homeless by choice,
Is it pee break time? Yeah. You can pause it, Mama.
Pause it.
Yeah, but I got to pee too.
Yeah.
How do I pause it?
Small bladders.
Just stop and start again.
No, I guess just let it roll.
I mean, in 15 more minutes, you're at 2 hours.
Dead time.
Okay. Well, here,
So we can just wrap it. Or
entertain me with some Jeopardy music real quick.
Are you gonna cut this part out? You're not.
So have you heard of this thing, Tay, called Whatnot?
No.
So, Whatnot, I guess you consider it an app. They have different things on there you can, like, knives,
Okay.
and then electronics, shoes, all kinds. So you can bid on it and, win the bid, you get your item. But I mean, I have been, like, introduced to this.
Is it like individuals selling or like
Yes.
a? Okay.
Yes. And they're
So like marketplace kind of.
it's kind of like that, but they have
Okay.
their different channels,
So is it local if you want it to be?
Yeah, if you do your own, yeah, but see, I have been buying. My son has introduced me to this Whatnot, and there's a guy that I have been buying knives from.
Okay.
Cool guy, but when you buy your first knife or whatever you purchase from him, it's like, welcome to the family, and I'm gonna send you a couple of free this, that, and but there's just so many different things that you can, whatever your interest is, you can go on these online auctions and stuff. Of course, the wife has come up. She's like, you know what? See if you can find us a Wii. And I'm like, a Wii?
Oh man, I would love to have a Wii with the Mario.
Yeah.
Oh,
She wants a Wii. Because
We used to love ours.
go to Bring It Back games.
what is it? Let's Dance, I think it is.
Just Dance.
Just Dance.
Dance Dance Revolution.
That's what she
no,
wants.
Just Dance. I think.
That's what she
Or-
wants.
Swing by Bring It Back games. Holler at Dwayne.
Bring it back. Where's that at?
By Goodwill, right there on the corner
Yeah.
between the
Oh,
Fashion
okay.
Factory.
Yeah.
If anybody's got one, he'll have one or know where to get one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they're pretty good on price. I like Dwayne.
Okay. Never thought about that. Okay. I was going to look at the pawn shop, too.
See, that's why I would love to actually get some more viewers. Because, like, dude, I spot businesses on here all the time. Like, we had an episode where I literally put all of Shelbyville cigar stuff in the stuff because, like, we went and got cigars for the podcast.
Yeah.
I throw my buddy's business up when he does episodes with us and everything. Like, I love promoting people. My favorite thing to do is hype other people up.
Yeah.
I suck. I don't like myself. Like, I don't believe in myself at all. But, like, if I believe in you, by God, I will raise you to mountaintops. The guy I work with right now, my buddy Adam, he does podcasts with me and everything. And I'm like, dude, my goal in life is to make everybody around me as successful as possible.
Yeah.
I don't give a darn if I ever do anything important.
Yeah.
If I can help someone else achieve greatness, I'm happy with that.
Good deal. Yeah.
Like, who cares about me?
Yeah.
I just like building stuff. If I can help somebody else like make a ton of money and achieve greatness, but I get to build things too.
That's all you care about. Yeah. It's win. I win.
Like, how many projects have I made the second I get done with them, I find somebody to give them to, I get it out the way, and I go to the next project? I don't give a crap about the stuff.
Yeah.
I just like making things. Once it's made, it's no longer fun. It's done.
See, I don't know how to make stuff.
Yes, you
I can't
do.
make stuff. Yeah.
Yes, but see, you're one of the people that when I sit down, I can actually talk to. You can have a conversation. You're intelligent.
Somewhat.
Like,
Maybe.
but you think. You don't mind thinking outside of the box.
No.
You're solid enough in your foundation to where, like, me and you can muse about crazy things. We can talk about life. We don't have to be serious, but we don't have to be goofy. We can be everywhere in between.
Yeah.
And you can carry a conversation and actually talk to someone on a one-on-one level.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that cannot do that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, small talk is as deep as they go, or they just don't have a clue. There's nothing going on up there.
No. Yeah.
Like, and I don't hate them or anything. It's just, it's very hard to, it's very hard to communicate and have a deeper connection with someone that cannot carry on a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not the typical man. I'm not a sports nut. I don't have a bunch of facts about that stuff, but like just about anything else on the planet, I probably have some knowledge or interest in. So I can carry on a conversation with anybody until they talk about sports.
Right.
Unless they're talking jiu-jitsu or combat sports or something, I can do that. But that makes sense. It's, me, you, there's the mat. We
Let's
either
go.
win, lose, or we get tired and we're
Here we
both
go.
like, screw it.
Yeah, right.
That's easy.
Yeah.
All that other football stuff, I got to worry about what 11 other guys are doing? No. You can play everything perfect and somebody else screw it up.
Yeah,
that all
exactly.
sound like fun to me. Everybody's like,
Exactly.
you're not a good team player. I'm a great team player. But that's when we're building a house.
Yeah.
Because we can all be a team and build a house. Right. We got something to show for it. Not, look, we were a team and we played with a leather ball.
And we chased it.
Now, if you had some fun, like out in the backyard, that's cool. Playing games. We play tennis. We play basketball every now and then. We'll throw the football, stuff like that. That's fun. That's enjoyment. Go sit and watch people play it above high school?
Yeah.
No.
No good.
High school games I'll go watch because they're interesting. And if I know somebody playing, like I used to like
Yeah.
them watching Jordan and everything
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Toddler games are awesome.
Yeah, now you
Now, I do love
you
the-
give
I
me
do.
like the Pee Wee
The
leagues.
littles, the littles.
Oh my God,
The littles, definitely.
that
Because
is
they don't
fun.
care.
No,
They do not care.
like
They
you
don't care and they don't understand.
Yeah, when you go
Yes.
to T-ball and you got the
Great.
kid flying from base to base, like come on, that's where sports should be at.
Or T-ball. When Owen started doing T-ball, He hit the ball, and as he was leaving the batter's box, he started doing like a slow motion run to first base. Absolutely hilarious. Loved it. And that's what he did to the first base. And I thought, this is awesome. He don't care.
And
He does not care.
I can't understand certain sports live. Baseball, it was fun live, but it was really only fun because we were there with Chisato and June and our
No, we were there with Hideto.
Hideto. What did we do with Chisato and June?
We went to the aquarium.
We've had a lot of foreign people in our
You
household,
have,
so I
you
keep getting
have.
confused. Sorry, people.
You have.
Sorry, guys. Love you guys. We need to send them some notes soon. But it was fun live because Hideto loves baseball. It was a trip and an adventure. But
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been that fun otherwise.
Yeah.
Hockey?
Hockey's fun.
Oh, you take me to a Predators game? I'm in. I hate sports. I don't even like hockey. You
Yeah.
take me to a live game?
Yeah.
Oh, by God.
Look, I despise Nashville, Tennessee. I hate Nashville.
Yeah.
But I do like hockey. I do. I like watching it live. I
And
really do.
I can't sit and watch it on TV.
And me neither. But I can
Now,
watch it live.
I can watch curling.
It's just because it's funny.
I
like-
don't know why, but I love watching them bastards sweep that ice. Because they're so thick. I'm like, It's just like, holy cow, that is some serious. What made that sport get to the point? So we're like, somebody started it out. Or did it start out like it was this is practice for ice fishing rescue or something? Because, like, the seriousness behind it, it's got to be practice for some serious thing.
Yeah.
Right? Surely. Look up curling and where it come from. It's got to be
but
something
it's so
involved.
serious that it's becoming an Olympic game.
I mean, dude, video games are Olympic games now.
No, right.
Used to have to, like, wrestle naked, oiled up. Nowadays, they're like, you can play ping pong.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if you watch them play ping pong, you're like, all right, that's Olympic level ping pong.
Yeah. They
Beach volleyball is an Olympic sport.
Yes,
Beach
yes.
volleyball is only a sport because men like looking at women,
Yeah.
but some of them are talented.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. I don't care much for volleyball. I like playing volleyball.
Yes.
That's kind of fun.
That is,
I saw one the other day, and it was like there was a bunch of dudes like somewhere in like somewhere in Asia or something. I can't remember where it was at, but they were playing volleyball, but like they would only use their feet.
Oh, that
and
would be
it's
fun.
like it's like imagine
What?
working your whole life to be like really good at one game, and there's somebody somewhere off in an Asian country. they're using their feet.
There's always a
Yeah.
daggum Asian.
Yeah,
Like, you
it's
think
like-
you're talented? Wait till we go to China.
Yeah, it's like
So, curling originated in the 16th century Scotland, evolving from recreational pastime played on frozen marshes and lochs into a structured team sport, known historically as the roaring game due to the soundness of the stones on ice. It was officially recognized through evidence dating back to 1511 and formalized with clubs in the early 18th century.
So it was our people.
The oldest known curling stone is inscribed with 1511.
Does it say what the stone weighs, Tay?
It does not here.
One stone. British bastards.
If it says a talent, I will.
Oh, gosh. Can't go biblical. Those are so hard to go. But, yeah, that's... Okay, so apparently it was a bunch of drunk bored
Yeah.
Scots. All right, then. I can understand the sport now. That's why it was so
26
serious.
26 pounds?
Good
That's what it
gosh.
says. That oldest one. Yeah.
That's heavier than a frozen turkey.
It is known as a luffy.
A Luffy?
Luffy. Wow. And it's crazy how they I don't know if you call it launching them or sliding them or what, but
There it is.
oh wow.
I guess they kind of like slide. It looks almost like bowling,
It
but
does,
like
but on your knee,
they're
one
just
knee.
getting the momentum going, I
One
guess.
knee. They're down and they just toss it.
But it's
Slide it.
like it takes talent. There's a lot of sports that
Yeah,
take talent to
absolutely.
play. I don't understand making like which a lot people are confused about Olympic sports.
Yeah.
A lot of your Olympians do not make money. They spend a crap ton to get there.
Right.
They might make money off endorsements and stuff if they win. If they're lucky, they might be loaded or have sponsors or something. But a lot of them really have to shell out, and they're not really top athletes. They're just doing what they love.
Yeah, right.
And they're top athletes at the same time. They're just paying to do it. So
Yeah.
that's a confusing thing. But like a lot of these, like football, worldwide football,
Yeah.
soccer,
Yes.
American football.
Oh.
Why are we paying dudes millions of dollars?
And millions, yes.
There's not even anybody dying.
No.
Like, at least in the Roman times, like, you put your life on the line.
There is,
That made a lot more sense.
Good thing.
Well, like in the Roman times, like if I'm going to go support my favorite dude, it's because he's killed everybody else. He is the best because he's the only one left.
yeah. There's nobody, I don't care if you do have a 20-year NFL career, there's nobody worth $180 million.
Mm-mm.
And especially if you sign a deal for $180 million for like 5 years. And just, people say, well, think about what it does to your body. Okay.
And the problem is they're worth that to the franchise owners that are paying to keep that
Yes.
if you keep that league a winning league,
yes.
like look at some of the soccer leagues, like the Manchester United and
Yeah.
something like that, the money they control
Yes.
off of sheer fandom. People think anime fandom is retarded. Sports fandom, the people who
Calm down.
invest so much daggum money that they're able to pay these people hundreds of millions of dollars
Yeah.
and still make enough money to make it worthwhile.
Right. Yeah.
Brainwashed. Just now, it's a tribal thing too. Like you can study the brain of people who like really are into sports versus the people who just can't do it. Our brains are literally different.
Yeah.
Like they connect to people through that tribal experience. They're just as connected to them people in the stadium as they are the people in their living room.
Yeah.
That is what it does, that
Yes.
shared sports experience, like cheering for their team and everything.
Yep.
People like me, I connect through this.
Yeah.
Or building something or doing something together. I can't watch you on YouTube do something and be like, oh, I'm part of Josh's team. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
He's over there. I'm here.
Maybe that's why the live in-person hockey game is so much fun, though, because you do
You
kinda
you
connect
are actually
when you're
part
there,
of the
and
environment.
and
yeah.
like the crowd does like
yeah.
pep you up,
And that's
you
what it
get
is.
to-
That's why, like, I can understand going to live events, but I
Yeah.
can't understand the just die-hard fans. Not that they're wrong. I can't do it. All right, Malachi.
Anime.
Oh, out of time.
Oh. Sorry, bud.
You do the lead out. You and Dylan do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going
subscribe,
on.
comment, share. Don't do any of that. I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Dylan usually says something, but
If you really want to cry yourself to sleep
Something.
from laughter, like listen to some of our episodes.
yes,
It's not some. Don't listen to them around
There you go.
children, but like
All
yeah.
right, we're
I mean,
out.
I said it. We're out.